Hey, I'm Phil Castellano. Welcome to my studio. Today we're looking at the Fender Duel Pugilist Distortion pedal. I want to thank Sweetwater for making this possible. They sent me one of these to check out and to show to you guys. So, what's different about the Duel Pugilist Distortion pedal? We know that Fender has the single Pugilist Distortion pedal. This is, as you can guess, two of them in one pedal enclosure. We've seen stuff like this before in pedals like the King of Tone comes to mind. So, we have two distortion channels, both with gain, tone, and level, and you can either run them into each other in series, or you can blend them in parallel. There's this very cool blend feature here, and there are three different modes that the pedal operates in, which we'll get to in a minute. First, let's take a look at the connections on the back. So on the back, it's pretty simple. You'll find an input, an output, your power connection, and this LED on and off switch. I kind of like the LEDs, but if they're distracting to you, you can turn them off like this. Pretty simple. For this video, I'm using a Les Paul Tribute into a Fender Deluxe Reverb, which is mic'd up in the other room. And the only thing I have in line is this pedal. Here's my clean sound. So let's kick this pedal on and see what it does. I'm going to turn on Distortion A. First, I'm going to take it out of bypass, hit Distortion A, and let's put everything up flat. Let's get a little more level. Nice. I want you to check out the global EQ here. I'm going to turn them all the way down, the high all the way down. So these low and high controls are very powerful. You can really kick your amp into some interesting tones with these. Now let's do the same with the tone and gain controls. So I'm going to bring the tone all the way down. I'll keep the gain center. And now let's do the same for the gain control. So it gets a lot of gain, but as you can hear, you can still hear the notes in the chords. So a really cool feature about this is we have two of these channels. So they're identical, so you've heard what they can do in the range of tones you can get. But let's say, for example, I like a lot of distortion, and this is not enough distortion for me. I can then run this series into the next channel. So let's do that right now. Now, to go into series mode, I'm going to actually put the pedal into series mode right here, which is the middle position. And that is basically going to run A into B. So now I'm going to hit this on. Tons of gain. So now we can also You know, bring it back a little bit, maybe stack two milder distortions. So very flexible. Now, the other way to use this pedal is with the blend mode. Now, the blend mode, instead of putting them into each other, they go parallel, meaning they're both going to the output at the same time, and you can blend the exact ratio of channel A to channel B. So let's do that now. So either of the modes besides the serial mode work in parallel. And I'll talk about the other two in a second. So if we go here to the top mode, to mute mode, mute basically refers to how the bypass button works. Let's cover that really quick, actually. So when I have all of these channels off and this pedal pressed, mute mode mutes the pedal. But when we're in bypass mode, bypass bypasses the pedal. Another thing to note before I go into the parallel thing, I know I'm jumping around, but these EQ controls will work on your clean tone too when the pedal is engaged. So check this out. Okay, back to parallel. So let's turn on distortion A. Let's make distortion A very bright. Nice. Okay, and then let's make distortion B kind of dark. Let's make it very dark. Now, when I put both of them on, if I put the blend knob all the way A, we only hear A, the bright one, and then if I put it all the way to B, you hear the dark one. But now listen what happens when I blend between the two of them. I can kick up the gain a little bit more, get some more sustain out of this. So you can make sounds that really don't exist in other pedals just by finding the sweet spot on that blend knob between these two channels. It's very powerful and you can make some really interesting tones with this. So the strong point of this pedal, I think, is the ability to stack and blend the two distortion channels. However, another really interesting way to use it is basically as a two-channel distortion. You could set up like a crunch and a lead sound. So let's do that now. So I'll make distortion A my crunch. So what I'll do is I'll just give it a light sort of gain sound. Almost like my rhythm sound. So that'll be my main rhythm sound for the gig. And then I'll switch to distortion 2 and I'll make this my kill sound. And I can even make it louder, almost acting like a boost. So now when I'm playing, I can have clean here. And I can still take advantage of this EQ on my clean channel if I leave this on. Put on my rhythm distortion. switch to my lead distortion. If I want to get crazy, I can stack them in the ways I talked about earlier, but let's do it right now just to hear what this sounds like with this configuration. So that's in series mode. Let's try it in one of the parallel modes. That's really powerful. That means not only can you stack your, rhythm drive and your lead distortion sound, but you can pick the exact ratio of the two when you stack them. Now, you can't really do that with different pedals unless you have some sort of sophisticated mixer in your rig, but this does it all for you, which is very convenient. So, my thoughts on the Duel Pugilist pedal is that this is really flexible. It gives you a lot of power in one pedal. So this is a really nice thing if you're looking to have the stackable or mixable drives on your pedal board without having to add a bunch of stuff. Like I said before, the inline mixer, multiple drives, multiple pedals, an EQ. So this will solve a lot of problems if you're looking for that sort of sound. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'd like to thank Sweetwater once again for making this video possible. If you like this kind of stuff, please let me know in the comments and please like and subscribe. See you next time.